Hi my friends. This series provides an opportunity to expand your English vocabulary and learn new phrases, with each word or expression accompanied by its meaning. This approach can make it easier for you to memorize the new terms. The simple structure of the videos makes them convenient to use, so you can pick up more vocabulary even while doing everyday activities like cooking, relaxing, or getting ready for bed. Phrasal verb. Aim at. To plan, hope, or intend to achieve something. The government's campaign is aimed at influencing public opinion. Ask for. To say that you want to speak to somebody or be directed to a place. When you arrive, ask for Jenny. Ask out. To invite somebody to go out with you, especially as a way of starting a romantic relationship. He's too shy to ask her out. Back down. To take back a demand, an opinion, etc. that other people are strongly opposed to admit defeat. She refused to back down on a point of principle. Back off. To move backwards in order to get away from somebody or something frightening or unpleasant. As the riot police approached, the crowd backed off. Back up. To move backwards, especially in a vehicle. Can you back your car up so that I can get through? Beat up. To hit or kick somebody hard, many times. He was badly beaten up by a gang of thugs. Beef up. To make something bigger, better, more interesting, etc. Security has been beefed up for the royal visit. Believe in. To think that something is good, right or acceptable. Do you believe in capital punishment? Blow off. To deliberately not do something that you said you would. He looks for any excuse he can to blow off work. Blow out. If a flame blows out or you blow it out, it stops burning when a person or the wind blows on it. The sudden breeze made the candles blow out. Blow up. To explode. To be destroyed by an explosion. A police officer was killed when his car blew up. Boil down to. To have something as a main or basic part. In the end, what it all boils down to is money, or the lack of it. Break down. To stop working because of a fault. The telephone system has broken down. Break in. To enter a building by force. Burglars had broken in while we were away. Break off. To become separated from something as a result of force. The back section of the plane had broken off. Break out. To start suddenly. Fighting had broken out between rival groups of fans. Break through. To make new and important discoveries. Scientists think they are beginning to break through in the fight against cancer. Break up. To separate into smaller pieces. The ship broke up on the rocks. Bring back. To return from somewhere with something. Please bring back all library books by the end of the week. Bring up. To care for a child, teaching him or her how to behave, etc. He was brought up by his aunt. Brush off. To be removed by brushing. Mud brushes off easily when it is dry. Brush up. To quickly improve a skill, especially when you have not used it for a time. I must brush up on my Spanish before I go to Seville. Build in. To include something as part of a plan, system, or agreement. When drawing up a contract, it is vital to build in safety measures. Bump into. To meet somebody by chance. I bumped into Simon this morning. Burn down. To destroy something, especially a building, by fire, or to be destroyed by fire. He tried to burn down the school by setting fire to a pile of papers. Burn out. To stop burning because there is nothing more to burn. The fire had burnt out before the fire engines arrived. Burn up. To be destroyed by heat. The spacecraft burned up as it entered the Earth's atmosphere. Butt in. To interrupt a conversation rudely. How can I explain if you keep butting in? Call back. To phone somebody again or to phone somebody who phoned you earlier. I'm waiting for someone to call me back with a price. Call in. To phone a place, especially the place where you work. Several people have called in sick today. Call off. To order a dog or a person to stop attacking, searching, etc. I shouted to him to call his dog off, but he just laughed at me. Call up. To use the phone to talk to someone. My dad called me up to tell me the good news. Calm down. To become or make somebody or something or yourself become calm. He took a few deep breaths to calm himself down. Care for. To look after somebody who is sick, very old, very young, etc. She moved back home to care for her elderly parents. Carry away. To become so excited about something that you do not control what you say or do. There's far too much food, I'm afraid I got a bit carried away. Carry on. To continue moving. Carry on until you get to the junction, then turn left. Carry out. To do something that you have said you will do or have been asked to do. The manager will carry out the necessary tasks. Catch on. To become popular or fashionable. He invented a new game, but it never really caught on. Check in. To go to a desk in a hotel, an airport, etc. and tell an official there that you have arrived. Please check in at least an hour before departure. Check out. To pay your bill, return your room key, and leave a hotel. We checked out of the hotel right after the morning's meeting. Chicken out. To decide not to do something because you are afraid. I chickened out of bungee jumping at the last minute because I was too scared. Chop up. To divide something into smaller parts. The video artist chopped the footage up and rearranged it to startling effect. Clean out. To clean the inside of something carefully and completely. I cleaned out all the cupboards. Clear out. To leave a place quickly. He cleared out with all the money and left her with the kids. Clear up. To become fine or bright. I hope it clears up this afternoon. Close down. If a business or organization closes down or someone closes it down, it stops operating. Our local butcher is closing down. Close off. To separate something from other parts so that people cannot use it. The entrance to the train station was closed off following the explosion. Come about. To happen. Can you tell me how the accident came about? Come across. To be understood. He spoke for a long time, but his meaning didn't really come across. Come apart. To break into pieces. The book just came apart in my hands. Come back. To return to a place. I'll come back and pick you up in half an hour. Come down. To break and fall to the ground. The ceiling came down with a terrific crash. Come down to. To depend on a single important point. What it comes down to is either I get more money, or I leave. Come down with. To get an illness that is not very serious. I think I'm coming down with flu. Come in. To enter a room or building. Do you want to come in for a cup of tea? Come off. To be able to be removed. That mark won't come off. Come on. To start to happen or work. The heating comes on at 6 in the morning. Come out. To go somewhere with someone for a social event. Would you like to come out for a drink sometime? Come over. To seem to be a particular type of person. I watched the interview and felt he came over as quite arrogant. Come through. To get better after a serious illness or to avoid serious injury. With such a weak heart, she was lucky to come through the operation. Come up. To appear above the soil. The daffodils are just beginning to come up. Come up with. To find or produce an answer, a sum of money, etc. She came up with a new idea for increasing sales. Cool off. To become cool or cooler. We cooled off with a swim in the lake. Count on. To be confident that you can depend on someone. You can always count on Michael in a crisis. Cover up. To stop people discovering the truth about something bad. The company tried to cover up its employment of illegal immigrants. Crack down. To start dealing with bad or illegal behavior in a more severe way. Police organized operations to crack down in the area's most dangerous neighborhoods. Cross off. To remove someone or something, such as a name, from a list by drawing a line through it. Did you cross her name off the guest list? Cut back. To reduce something. If we don't sell more, we'll have to cut back production. Cut down. To kill somebody. He was cut down by an assassin's bullet. Cut off. To interrupt somebody who is speaking on the phone by breaking the connection. We were cut off in the middle of our conversation. Cut out. To make something by cutting. She cut the dress out of some old material. Cut up. To cut something into pieces. How do you stop your eyes from watering when you're cutting up onions? Deal with. To do business with a person, a company, or an organization. Our factory deals directly with its customers. Do away with. To get rid of something or stop using something. Computerization has enabled us to do away with a lot of paperwork. Do over. To attack and beat somebody severely. He was done over by a gang of thugs. Do without. To manage without somebody or something. If they can't get it to us in time, we'll just have to do without. Doze off. To go to sleep, especially during the day. She dozed off in front of the fire. Dress up. To wear clothes that are more formal than those you usually wear. There's no need to dress up, come as you are. Drop in. To pay an informal visit to a person or a place. I thought I'd drop in on you while I was passing. Drop off. To fall into a light sleep. I dropped off and missed the end of the film. Drop out. To no longer take part in or be part of something. He has dropped out of active politics. Dry off. To become dry or make something dry. We went swimming and then lay in the sun to dry off. Dry out. To make something dry, or to become dry. If you don't keep food covered, it dries out. Dry up. To become completely dry. During the drought, the river dried up. Eat up. To eat all of something. Come on. Eat up your potatoes. End up. To finally be in a particular place or situation. They're traveling across Europe by train and are planning to end up in Moscow. Fall apart. To break into pieces. My poor old boots are falling apart. Fall behind. To fail to keep level with somebody or something. She soon fell behind the leaders. Fall down. To be shown to be not true or not good enough. And that's where the theory falls down. Fall for. To be strongly attracted to somebody, to fall in love with somebody. They fell for each other instantly. Fall off. To decrease in quantity or quality. Attendance at my lectures has fallen off considerably. Fall out. To become loose and drop. His hair is falling out. Fall over. To stop working suddenly. My spreadsheet keeps falling over. Fall through. To not be completed, or not happen. Our plans fell through because of lack of money. Feel up to. To have the energy to do something. I don't feel up to going out tonight. Fight back. To resist strongly or attack somebody who has attacked you. It is time to fight back against street crime. Figure on. To say what you think the price or value of something is. There will be a rate increase, but plans aren't far enough along to put a price on it yet. Fill in. To give someone extra or missing information. I filled her in on the latest gossip. Fill out. To become larger. When John is older and fills out some, he'll be an outstanding athlete. Fill up. To become completely full, to make something completely full. The ditches had filled up with mud. Find out. To get some information about something or somebody by asking, reading, etc. She'd been seeing the boy for a while but didn't want her parents to find out. Fix up. To repair, decorate, or make something ready. They fixed up the house before they moved in. Flip out. To become extremely angry or to lose control of yourself from surprise or shock. I nearly flipped out when she told me she and David were getting married. Float around. If an idea, etc., is floating around, it is talked about by a number of people or passed from one person to another. There's a rumor floating around that you're thinking of leaving. Follow up. To add to something that you have just done by doing something else. You should follow up your phone call with an email or a letter. Fool around. To behave in a silly way, especially in a way that might have dangerous results. Don't fool around with matches. Freak out. To become or cause someone to become extremely emotional. He freaked out when he heard he'd got the job. Get ahead. To be successful in the work that you do. It's tough for a woman to get ahead in politics. Get along. To leave a place. It's time we were getting along. Get around to. To find the time to do something. I meant to do the ironing, but I didn't get round to it. Get away. To succeed in leaving a place. I won't be able to get away from the office before 7. Get back. To return, especially to your home. We only got back from our trip yesterday. Get back at. To punish someone because that person has done something wrong to you. I think he's trying to get back at her for what she said in the meeting. Get back to. To speak or write to somebody again later, especially in order to give a reply. I'll find out and get back to you. Get behind. To fail to make enough progress or to produce something at the right time. He got behind with the payments for his car. Get by. To manage to live or do a particular thing using the money, knowledge, equipment, etc. that you have. How does she get by on such a small salary? Get down. To start to direct your efforts and attention towards something. I've got a lot of work to do, but I can't seem to get down to it. Get in. To arrive at a place. The train got in late. Get off. To leave a place, usually in order to start a journey. If we can get off by 7 o'clock, the roads will be clearer. Get off on. To find something exciting, especially in a sexual way. Dave likes power, he gets off on it. Get on. To have a good relationship or deal successfully with a situation. She doesn't get on well with her father. Get out. To leave or go out of a place. You ought to get out of the house more. Get out of. To avoid a responsibility or duty. We promised we'd go, we can't get out of it now. Get over. To deal with or gain control of something. I think the problem can be got over without too much difficulty. Get through. To use up a large amount of something. We got through a fortune while we were in New York. Get to. To annoy or affect somebody. The pressure of work is beginning to get to him. Get together. To meet with somebody socially or in order to discuss something. Management should get together with the union. Get up. To stand up after sitting, lying, etc. The class got up when the teacher came in. Give away. To lead the bride to the bridegroom and formally allow her to marry him. The bride was given away by her father. Give in. To admit that you have been defeated by somebody or something. The rebels were forced to give in. Give out. To come to an end, to be completely used up. After a month their food supplies gave out. Give up. To stop trying to do something. They gave up without a fight. Go about. To spread from person to person. There's a rumor going about that they're having an affair. Go after. To run after or follow somebody. She left the room in tears, so I went after her. Go ahead. To travel in front of other people in your group and arrive before them. I'll go ahead and tell them you're on the way. Go along with. To support an idea, or to agree with someone's opinion. Kate's already agreed, but it's going to be harder persuading Mike to go along with it. Go around. To be enough for everyone to have one or some. There aren't enough chairs to go around. Go away. To leave home for a period of time, especially for a holiday. They've gone away for a few days. Go back. To return. We can always go back to the original plan if necessary. Go back on. To fail to keep a promise, to change your mind about something. He never goes back on his word. Go beyond. To be more than something. This year's sales figures go beyond all our expectations. Go by. To pass. Things will get easier as time goes by. Go down. To fall to the ground. She tripped and went down with a bump. Go for. To attack somebody. She went for him with a knife. Go in. To enter a room, house, etc. Let's go in, it's getting cold. Go in for. To have something as an interest or a hobby. She doesn't go in for team sports. Go off. To leave a place, especially in order to do something. She went off to get a drink. Go on. To join a team as a substitute during a game. Maguire went on in place of Cahill just before half-time. Go out. To leave your house to go to a social event. She goes out a lot. Go over. To examine or check something carefully. Go over your work before you hand it in. Go through with. To do what is necessary to complete a course of action, especially one that is difficult or unpleasant. She decided not to go through with the operation. Go up. To be built. New office buildings are going up everywhere. Go with. If one thing goes with another, they suit each other or they look or taste good together. This wine goes particularly well with seafood. Goof around. To spend time doing nothing important or behaving in a silly way. The boys spent the whole summer just goofing around. Gross out. To be very unpleasant and make somebody feel strong dislike. His bad breath really grossed me out. Grow out of. To become too big to fit into a piece of clothing. He's already grown out of his school uniform. Grow up. To develop into an adult. Their children have all grown up and left home now. Hand back. To return something to the person who owns it after the person has given it to you. You'll have to hand these books back at the end of the school year. Hand in. To give something to a person in authority, especially a piece of work or something that is lost. You must all hand in your projects by the end of next week. Hand out. To give a number of things to the members of a group. She handed out medals and certificates to the winners. Hand over. To give somebody else your position of power or the responsibility for something. She resigned and handed over to one of her younger colleagues. Hang around. To wait or stay near a place, not doing very much. You hang around here in case he comes, and I'll go on ahead. Hang on. To wait for a short time. Do you need the toilet right now or can you hang on for a while? Hang out. To spend a lot of time in a place. The local kids hang out at the mall. Hang up. To end a phone conversation. Let me speak to Melanie before you hang up. Have on. To leave a piece of equipment working. She has her TV on all day. Head for. To go towards a thing or place. They headed for the exit at the south end of the building. Hear of. To know about somebody or something because you have been told about them. She disappeared and was never heard of again. Heat up. To become hot or warm. The oven takes a while to heat up. Help out. To help somebody, especially in a difficult situation. He's always willing to help out. Hit on. To think of a good idea suddenly or by chance. She hit on the perfect title for her new novel. Hold against. To allow something that somebody has done to make you have a lower opinion of them. I admit I made a mistake, but don't hold it against me. Hold off. To not start. The rain held off just long enough for us to have our picnic. Hold on. To survive in a difficult or dangerous situation. They managed to hold on until help arrived. Hold out. To last, especially in a difficult situation. We can stay here for as long as our supplies hold out. Hold up. To remain strong and working effectively. She's holding up well under the pressure. Hook up. To connect somebody or something to a piece of electronic equipment, to a power supply or to the internet. Check that the computer is hooked up to the printer. Hurry up. To do something more quickly because there is not much time. I wish the bus would hurry up and come. Keep at. To continue working at something. Come on, keep at it, You've nearly finished. Keep away. To avoid going near somebody or something. Keep away from the edge of the cliff. Keep down. To hide yourself by not standing up straight. Keep down. You mustn't let anyone see you. Keep from. To prevent yourself from doing something. She could hardly keep from laughing. Keep off. To avoid eating, drinking, or smoking something. I'm trying to keep off fatty foods. Keep on. To continue. I want to keep on with part-time work for as long as possible. Keep to. To avoid leaving a path, road, etc. Keep to the track, the land is very boggy around here. Keep up. If particular weather keeps up, it continues without stopping. The rain kept up all afternoon. Kick back. To relax. Kick back and enjoy the summer. Kick out. To try to hit somebody or something with your legs because you are angry or upset. The horse kicked out at the dog. Knock off. To stop doing something, especially work. Do you want to knock off early today? Knock out. To make somebody go to sleep or become unconscious. The blow knocked her out. Knock over. To hit someone with a vehicle and injure or kill them. She got knocked over by a taxi as she ran for the bus. Lay down. To put something down or stop using it. Both sides were urged to lay down their arms. Lay off. To stop employing somebody because there is not enough work for them to do. 200 workers at the factory have been laid off. Lead up to. If a period of time or series of events leads up to an event or activity, it happens until that event or activity begins. The pilot had no recollection of the events leading up to the crash. Leave behind. To go away and not take something or someone with you. He left behind a wife and 6-year-old twin boys. Leave off. To stop doing something. Start reading from where you left off last time. Leave out. To not include or mention somebody or something in something. He hadn't been asked to the party and was feeling very left out. Let down. To fail to help or support somebody as they had hoped or expected. He trudged home feeling lonely and let down. Let in. To allow someone or something to enter. She opened the door and let me in. Let off. To not punish somebody for something they have done wrong, or to give them only a light punishment. She was let off with a warning. Let on. To tell a secret. I'm getting married next week, but please don't let on to anyone. Let out. To come to an end, so that it is time for people to leave. The movie has just let out. Let up. To become less strong. The pain finally let up. Lie around. To be left somewhere in an untidy or careless way, not put away in the correct place. Don't leave toys lying around, someone might trip over them. Light up. To become or to make something become bright with light or color. There was an explosion and the whole sky lit up. Lighten up. To make a speech or piece of writing less serious. I thought I'd slip in a few jokes to lighten up the talk. Line up. To stand in a line or row, to form a queue. Cars lined up waiting to board the ship. Live with. To live in the same house. I still live with my mum. Lock in. To prevent somebody from leaving a place by locking the door. At 9 p.m. the prisoners are locked in for the night. Lock out. To prevent a person or organization from having or being able to take part in something. The company risks being locked out of Germany's booming pharmaceutical industry. Lock up. To make a building safe by locking the doors and windows. He locked up the shop and went home. Look around. To turn your head so that you can see something. People came out of their houses and looked around. Look at. To examine something closely. Look at the machine quite carefully before you buy it. Look down on. To think that you are better than somebody. She looks down on people who haven't been to college. Look forward to. To be thinking with pleasure about something that is going to happen. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Look into. To examine something. A working party has been set up to look into the problem. Look out. Used to warn somebody to be careful, especially when there is danger. Look out, there's a car coming. Look over. To examine something to see how good, big, etc. it is. We looked over the house again before we decided we would rent it. Look up. To become better. At last things were beginning to look up. Look up to. To admire or respect somebody. The community looks up to the brave firefighters. Luck out. To be lucky. I guess I really lucked out when I met her. Make for. To help to make something possible. Constant arguing doesn't make for a happy marriage. Make of. To understand the meaning or character of somebody or something. I can't make anything of this note. Make up. To invent something, such as an excuse or a story, often in order to deceive. I made up an excuse about having to look after the kids. Mess up. To fail at something or do it badly. If you cancel now, you'll mess up all my arrangements. Mix up. To think wrongly that somebody or something is somebody or something else. I think you must be mixing me up with someone else. Monkey around with. To touch, change, or treat something in a careless or harmful way. They shouldn't start monkeying around with the Constitution. Move in. To start to live in your new home. Our new neighbors moved in yesterday. Move out. To stop living in a particular home. Her landlord has given her a week to move out. Narrow down. To reduce the number of possibilities or choices. We narrowed the choices down to 5 categories. Pay back. To return money that you borrowed from somebody. You can pay back the loan over a period of 3 years. Pay off. To be successful and bring good results. The gamble paid off. Pay up. To pay all the money that you owe to somebody, especially when you do not want to or when the payment is late. I had a hard time getting him to pay up. Pick on. To treat somebody unfairly, by blaming, criticizing or punishing them. She was picked on by the other girls because of her size. Pick out. To choose somebody or something carefully from a group of people or things. She was picked out from dozens of applicants for the job. Pick up. To get better, stronger, etc. to improve. Sales have picked up 14% this year. Pile up. To become larger in quantity or amount. Work always piles up at the end of the year. Piss off. To go away. Why don't you just piss off and leave me alone? Plug in. To connect an electrical device to an electrical system or device so that it can be used, by pushing its plug into a socket. Can you show me where the microphone plugs into the tape recorder? Point out. To stretch your finger out towards somebody or something in order to show somebody which person or thing you are referring to. The guide pointed out various historic monuments. Point to. To mention something that you think is important and/or the reason why a particular situation exists. The board of directors pointed to falling productivity to justify their decision. Print out. To produce a document or information from a computer in printed form. How many copies shall I print out? Pull off. If a vehicle pulls off, it starts moving. The car pulled off and sped up the road. Pull out. To move away from the side of the road, etc. A car suddenly pulled out in front of me. Pull over. To move to the side of the road in order to stop or let something pass. She saw the ambulance coming up behind her and pulled over. Pull through. To get better after a serious illness, operation, etc. The doctors think she will pull through. Punch in. To use a special clock to record the time you start working. I punched in at 8 a.m. Punch out. To make a hole in something or knock something out by hitting it very hard. I felt as if all my teeth had been punched out. Put away. To put something in the place where it is kept because you have finished using it. I'm just going to put the car away. Put back. To return something to its usual place or to the place where it was before it was moved. If you use something, put it back. Put down. To land. He put down in a field. Put in. To elect a political party to govern a country. Who will the voters put in this time? Put off. To cancel a meeting or an arrangement that you have made with somebody. She put him off with the excuse that she had too much work to do. Put out. To cause somebody trouble, extra work, etc. I hope our arriving late didn't put them out. Put to. To offer a suggestion to somebody so that they can accept or reject it. Your proposal will be put to the board of directors. Put together. To make or prepare something by fitting or collecting parts together. I think we can put together a very strong case for the defense. Put up. To show a particular level of skill, determination, etc. in a fight or contest. They surrendered without putting up much of a fight. Put up to. To encourage or persuade somebody to do something wrong or stupid. Some of the older boys must have put him up to it. Put up with. To accept somebody or something that is annoying, unpleasant, etc. without complaining. I'm not going to put up with their smoking any longer. Ring up. To enter the cost of goods being bought in a shop on a cash register by pressing the buttons, to make sales of a particular value. She rang up all the items on the till. Rip off. To steal or illegally copy something. Thieves broke in and ripped off 5 computers. Rip up. To tear something into small pieces. He ripped up the letter and threw it in the fire. Rule out. To state that something is not possible or that somebody or something is not suitable. Police have not ruled out the possibility that the man was murdered. Run across. To meet someone, you know when you are not expecting to. I ran across several old friends when I went back to my hometown. Run down. To lose power or stop working. The battery has run down. Run into. To enter an area of bad weather while traveling. We ran into thick fog on the way home. Run out. To use up or finish a supply of something. Could you get some milk? We seem to have run out. Run over. To take more time or spend more money than was planned. My work meetings always run over. Run up. To allow a bill, debt, etc. to reach a large total. How had he managed to run up so many debts? Screw out of. To get something from someone by using force or threats. We'll screw every last penny out of him. Screw up. To deal with a situation very badly. You really screwed up there. See about. To deal with something. He says he won't help, does he? Well, we'll soon see about that. Sell out. To be all sold. This week's performances are completely sold out. Set up. To provide somebody with the money that they need in order to do something. A bank loan helped to set him up in business. Settle down. To start to have a quieter way of life, living in one place. When are you going to get married and settle down? Settle for. To accept something that is not exactly what you want but is the best that is available. I couldn't afford the house I really wanted, so I had to settle for second best. Shake up. To make important changes in an organization, a profession, etc. in order to make it more efficient. The whole industry needs shaking up. Show off. To try to impress others by talking about your abilities, possessions, etc. He's just showing off because that girl he likes is here. Shut off. To stop working. The engines shut off automatically in an emergency. Shut up. To stop talking. When they'd finally shut up, I started again. Sign in. To sign your name in a book in order to be allowed to enter a building such as an office or hotel. Students must sign in when they visit other dorms. Sign out. To sign your name in a book when you leave a building such as an office or factory. Don't forget to sign out before you leave. Sit down. To move from a standing position to a sitting position. They sat down to consider the problem. Slow down. To become slower, or to make someone or something become slower. We slowed up when we saw the police. Sort out. To organize something successfully. If he can't get his talk sorted out, we'll have to ask someone else. Space out. To arrange things with a wide space between them. The houses are spaced out in this area of town. Stand around. To spend time standing somewhere and doing very little. We stood around in the cold for about an hour, waiting for the demo to start. Stand for. If you will not stand for something, you will not accept a situation or a particular type of behavior. I wouldn't stand for that sort of behavior from him, if I were you. Stand up. To get up onto your feet. The children stood up when the teacher walked into the room. Start off. To begin to move. The horse started off at a steady trot. Start out. To begin to do something, especially in business or work. When the band started out, they couldn't afford much equipment. Start up. To begin working, happening, etc. to make something do this. She started up a conversation with the woman sitting next to her. Stay out. To continue to be outdoors or away from your house at night. I don't like you staying out so late. Stay up. To go to bed later than usual. You've got school tomorrow. I don't want you staying up late. Stick around. To stay in a place, waiting for something to happen or for somebody to arrive. Stick around, we'll need you to help us later. Stick out. To be easily seen or noticed. They wrote the notice in big red letters so that it would stick out. Stick to. To continue doing something despite difficulties. She finds it impossible to stick to a diet. Stick up. To point upwards or be above a surface. The branch was sticking up out of the water. Stick with. To stay close to somebody so that they can help you. Stick with me and I'll make you a millionaire. Stop off. To make a short visit somewhere during a trip in order to do something. Try to stop off for at least an hour to explore the medieval town. Stop over. To stay somewhere for a short time during a long journey. I wanted to stop over in India on the way to Australia. Straighten out. To deal with a confused situation by organizing things that are causing problems. I need time to straighten out my finances. Stress out. To make someone feel very nervous and worried. Interviews always stress me out. Switch off. To turn a light, machine, etc. off by pressing a button or switch. The electricity has been switched off. Switch on. To turn a light, machine, etc. On by pressing a button or switch. We only switched on halfway through the program. Take apart. To defeat somebody easily in a game or competition. We were simply taken apart by the other team. Take back. To admit that something you said was wrong or that you should not have said it. Okay, I take it all back. Take in. To allow somebody to stay in your home. He was homeless, so we took him in. Take out. To remove something from somewhere. They had to take out 2 of his teeth. Take up on. To question somebody about something, because you do not agree with them. I'd like to take you up on what you said earlier. Talk down to. To talk to someone as if they are less intelligent than you or not important. I wish politicians wouldn't talk down to us as if we were idiots. Talk into. To persuade someone to do something. He's against the idea, but I think I can talk him into it. Talk out of. To persuade someone not to do something. Her parents tried to talk her out of getting engaged. Tear down. To pull or knock down a building, wall, etc. They're tearing down these old houses to build a new office block. Tear off. To remove your clothes quickly and carelessly. I tore my sweaty clothes off and jumped into the shower. Tell apart. To be able to see the difference between 2 very similar things or people. As babies, the twins looked so much alike that I just couldn't tell them apart. Tell on. To tell a person in authority about something bad that somebody has done. Promise not to tell on me. Think about. To consider somebody or something when you are doing or planning something. Don't you ever think about other people? Think ahead. To think carefully about what might happen in the future, or to make plans for things you want to do in the future. The new year is a natural time to think ahead and make plans for the future. Think up. To create something in your mind. Can't you think up a better excuse than that? Throw away. To get rid of something that you no longer want. That old chair should be thrown away. Throw out. To force somebody to leave a place. You'll be thrown out if you don't pay the rent. Throw up. To vomit. The smell made me want to throw up. Track down. To find somebody or something after searching in several different places. The police have so far failed to track down the attacker. Trade in. To give something used as part of the payment for something new. He traded in his old car for a new Ford. Trick into. To make somebody do something by means of a trick. He tried to trick me into telling him. Try on. To put on a piece of clothing to see if it fits and how it looks. Try the shoes on before you buy them. Try out. To test or use somebody or something in order to see how good or effective they are. They're trying out a new presenter for the show. Turn around. To change position or direction so as to face the other way, to make somebody or something do this. Turn around and let me look at your back. Turn down. To reject or refuse to consider an offer, a proposal, etc., or the person who makes it. He has been turned down for 10 jobs so far. Turn in. To go to bed. I usually turn in at about midnight. Turn into. To become something. In 1 year, she turned from a problem child into a model student. Turn off. To leave a road in order to travel on another. The jet began to turn off the main runway. Turn on. To attack somebody suddenly and unexpectedly. The dogs suddenly turned on each other. Turn out. To be discovered to be, to prove to be. The house they had offered us turned out to be a tiny apartment. Turn over. To change position so that the other side is facing towards the outside or the top. The car skidded and turned over. Turn up. To be found, especially by chance, after being lost. Don't worry about the letter, I'm sure it'll turn up. Use up. To use all of something so that there is none left. The oil had all been used up. Wake up. To stop sleeping. Wake up. It's 8 o'clock. Wash off. To be removed from the surface of something or from clothes by washing. Those grease stains won't wash off. Wash up. To clean the plates, pans, and other things that you have used for cooking and eating. He washed up his mug and put it back on the shelf. Watch out. Used to warn somebody about something dangerous. Watch out. There's a car coming. Wear down. To become, or make something become, gradually smaller or smoother through continuous use or rubbing. Notice how the tread on this tire has worn down. Wear off. To gradually disappear or stop. The novelty of married life was beginning to wear off. Wear out. To become, or make something become, thin or no longer able to be used, usually because it has been used too much. He wore out 2 pairs of shoes last year. Wind up. To find yourself in a particular place or situation. I always said he would wind up in prison. Wipe off. To remove something from something. Billions of pounds were wiped off share prices today. Wipe out. To fall over, especially when you are doing a sport such as skiing or surfing. She wiped out at the 3rd gate in the slalom race. Wipe up. To remove a substance, usually liquid, with a cloth or something similar. I was just wiping up the soup that you spilled in the kitchen. Work in. To add one substance to another and mix them together. Gradually work in the butter. Work out. To train the body by physical exercise. I work out regularly to keep fit. Work up. To develop or improve something with some effort. I can't work up any enthusiasm for his idea. Wrap up. To cover or surround something in paper, cloth, or other material. Have you wrapped up Jenny's present yet? Zip up. To be fastened with a zip, to fasten something with a zip. He zipped up his leather jacket. Congratulations on finishing this section. To enhance your pronunciation, it is crucial to persistently practice. Finally, we would be most grateful if you could kindly subscribe, like, and share our channel in order to remain well informed and up to date.